I'll just read it كده very quickly in Arabic and then we'll read it also in English. بسم الآب والابن والروح القدس الآن واحد آمين. ثم خرج يسوع من هناك وانصرف إلى نواحي سور وصيدا، وإذا امرأة كنعانية خارجة من تلك التخوم صرخت إليه: ارحمني يا سيد يا ابن داود، ابنتي مجنونة جدا. فلم يجبها بكلمة، فتقدم تلاميذه وطلبوا إليه قائلين: اصرفها لأنها تصيح ورائنا. فأجاب: لم أرسل إلا خراف بيت إسرائيل الضالة. فأتت وسجدت له قائلة: يا سيد أعني. فأجاب: ليس حسنا أن يؤخذ خبز البنين ويطرح للكلاب. فقالت: نعم يا سيد، والكلاب تأكل من الفتات الذي يسقط من مائدة أربابها. حينئذ قال يسوع لها: يا امرأة، عظيم إيمانك، ليكن لك كما تريدين. فشفيت ابنتها في تلك الساعة. Can somebody read كده from verse 21 to 28 in English? One of you guys كده.
Then Jesus went out from there and departed to the region of Tyre and Sidon. And behold, a woman of Canaan came from that region and cried out to him, saying, Have mercy on me, O Lord, son of David. My daughter is severely demon-possessed. But he answered her not a word. And his disciples came and urged him, saying, Send her away, for she cries out after us. But he answered and said, I was not sent except to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Then she came and worshipped him, saying, Lord, help me. But he answered and said, It is not good to take the children's bread and throw it to the little dogs. And she said, Yes, Lord, even the little dogs eat the crumbs which fall from their master's table. Then Jesus answered and said to her, O woman, great is your faith. Let it be to you as you desire. And her daughter was healed from that very hour. Jesus departed from there, skirted the Sea of Galilee, and went up on the mountain and sat down there.
And glory be to God forever and ever. النهارده الإنجيل بيكلمنا عن قصة المرأة الكنعانية. من أحلى one of the most beautiful stories of how somebody can be humble in front of God. تعرفين, if you guys look at Matthew 11:21, what does it say? It says, Woe to you, Chorazin! Woe to you, Bethsaida! For if the miracles that were performed in you have been performed in Tyre and Sidon, they would have repented long ago in sackcloth and ashes. Where did Jesus go today? He went to Tyre and Sidon. Tyre and Sidon, this is outside the Jewish area. النهارده المسيح بره حتة اليهود خالص. المسيح بيقول لليهود في متى 11 بيقول لهم: لو أنا عملت المعجزات اللي بعملها معاكم انتم مع ناس غير مؤمنة وغير يهوديين، كان زمانهم تابوا من زمان ورجعوا لي. كان زمانهم تابوا من زمان ورجعوا لي. النهارده المسيح رايح يورينا إن في مثل للإيمان والاتضاع فين؟ في أرض الأوثان، في أرض الزنا. God is giving us an example of faith in the land of idolatry, in the land of adultery. This is where God is going today. النهارده today, by the way, the Canaanite woman, most likely she's Greek. And most likely she actually, in her religion, there is a group that they believed in something called the highest enlightenment, people that can reach the highest ideal of life. So she had a Greek religion, and most likely in her Greek religion there is also progression, and there's growth. But she was not able to find answer to one of her biggest problem, which is, what should I do for my daughter? I want to tell you guys something. This is very interesting. What did her daughter have? She was demon-possessed. You know how many people claimed they can do demon possession, exorcism? All over the world. Go to Africa, people can claim they are doing exorcism. Go to Egypt, هتلاقي people claim they do exorcism. At this time, there's a lot of people who are non-Jewish, they claim they can do exorcism. I just want to show you, I want to explain this to you because I want to show you, coming to Christ, this woman is an unbelievable example, beyond our imagination. Beyond our imagination. But she came with a different religion. She came in a place where there is potential spiritual growth. She also came with a place where there are people who claim that they could actually be doing exorcism. Something I just noticed the other day. Our Lord Jesus Christ performed 2 times feeding the multitudes. The one time is the 5,000, which is in the 4 Gospels. And he fed another time 4,000, which we said 7 loaves of bread and few fish. Now, if you look at the Greek for the word basket, I know it's a little bit technical, but that's okay. You will see that the Greek used for the word basket for the 5,000 fits very well for it to be in a Jewish context. When you look for the other one, for the 4,000, it looked like it happened outside Israel, feeding the 4,000 people. What is more beautiful? After Jesus fed the 5,000, what happened? The Jews came the next day running after him for more food. After Jesus fed the 4,000, you see that the Gentiles, they are not seeking God for food. We have a woman that came to God, and she came to him in a land that is very hard to see faithful people. Very hard to see faithful people. Now, this woman overcame many things. This is, by the way, but I want you to focus because this is the key to the humble prayer. First of all, this woman overcame what we call the silence of Christ. What do you mean, the silence of Christ? If you read this miracle, we read it today from Matthew. If you read it from Mark, we have to collect together the miracles together to see the full picture. What does it say in Mark 7:24-30? It said, "From there he arose and went to the region of Tyre and Sidon, and he entered the house and wanted no one to know it. But he could not be hidden, for a woman whose young daughter had an unclean spirit heard about him. She came and fell at his feet." Jesus came to Tyre and Sidon and did not want anybody to know that he was there. Jesus himself could not hide from this woman. Could not hide from her. Could not hide from her because it's not because of he doesn't have the power. Because this woman, there is something special about her. There are certain prayers, there are certain hearts that God cannot hide from. If you guys remember in the book of Songs, it says, "Turn away your eyes from me because you have prevailed over me. Turn away your eyes from me because you have prevailed over me." How many of our prayers can be irresistible in front of God? It reminds me, her life reminds me of Saint Mary in the wedding of Cana. When she came and told Jesus, they have no wine. What did Jesus tell her? "Woman, what does this have to do with me?" And what did Christ do? He fulfilled the miracles. He could not say no to her. Could not. But what else did she overcome? I just want to tell you, خلي بالكم, why I'm telling you this. Humble prayer is a prayer that overcomes the silence of God. Sometime you will pray and you will hear nothing. Sometime you will pray and you will hear nothing. Sometime the hearts will be closed. The question is, can you still be humble and go through it? Or we start hearing, oh, I pray to God and I don't hear anything. Oh, I talk to God and I don't listen anything. خلاص خليك انت في Jewish area. He cannot be in the Gentile area. Now what happened also? She overcame the frustration and the pressure from the disciples. What did the disciples tell Jesus? Tell him, send her away because she cries out after us. Imagine the disciples, 12 men كده strong, this lady crying out after them, and they cannot hold her, they cannot keep her quiet. And I honestly, when I'm reading this story, I'm like, why are you so persistent? Like you're from a different religion. There are many ideas out there. How could you be so persistent? What is she telling God? She's telling him, O Lord, have mercy on me, O Lord, son of David. Tarfin, this request that she has from God, she's telling God, show compassion on me. Because I know that you're able, you are the Lord. And she tells him, son of David. Son of David, this is the confession that the Jews and the disciples themselves and even his own family could not say that confession at some point in their life. What made her submit to God so much? What made her run after Christ so much? She overcame silence. She overcame pressure from the disciples. And after all of this, she's coming with submission to God. Have mercy on me, O Lord, son of David. صدقوني every time بشوف حد يقول الصلاة دي عجيبة. It's very strange that the people that knew to say, have mercy on me, are all either sinners or non-Jewish. Only people outside the church can truly feel the value of the church. Only people who truly do not feel that they are worthy of God, they can say, have mercy on me, O Lord. Best confession comes from people who are far away from the church. Best tears comes from people who are far from the church. Then what did she overcome? She overcame rejection. Jesus told her, I was sent only to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. God told her, no, I'm not going to give you a request. I was sent only to the lost sheep of Israel. What did she do? She came, knelt, told him, Lord, help me. صدقوني, I ask myself, can I struggle with God that much in prayer? تعرفين يعني ايه she got rejected? Let me make it كده simpler for you. Sometimes you stand up in prayer, you're distracted, your heart is not focused, your heart is not with God, and you pray a quick prayer and you leave. That's a rejection. Rejection means you got rejected and you left. She did not accept rejection. She got on her knees and she said, Lord, help me. As God increases his harsh responses to her, she increases in humility. As God increases his tough response toward her, she increases in humility. By كده, what did Jesus tell her? He told her, it is not right to take the children's bread and throw it to their dogs. بص بقى her response. This is what we call the humiliation period in your life. When God allows you to be humiliated. What did her answer said? Yes, Lord, she said. Yet even the dogs eat the crumbs that fall from their masters with an S tables. What is she saying? Our Lord Jesus Christ is telling her, only the Jews can eat what I'm giving them. What is she telling him? She's telling him, I am a servant, I am a dog to all the Jews. Yeah. Can somebody humble themselves to the point where they're not only humbling themselves to God, but to all the Jews? How can somebody be so humble in front of God? Our challenge is that our humility became a forced humility. It's not a natural humility. It's not a natural faith. This requires a lot of faith. This requires somebody that believes that God will do this. And I don't have no idea what reasons does she have to think this way. Because she also has a lot of reasons to think otherwise. And I was looking at this woman and I said, what about us? There is a lot of thoughts out there that confuses us and makes us doubt. There's a lot of things that happen in the world. Where would I stand compared to her? What Jesus said remains. What Jesus said remains. He said, if the work that was done in your life were done in other people's life, they would have repented long time ago. They would have repented long time ago. One of my favorite stories about Abuna B'Shoy Kamil, when he came to after he bought the church of St. George's Sporting, he came. There's a very nice house next to the church, and makes a very logical decision to buy the house. So he went to the board of the church to ask them if he could buy the house of the church. And a lot of people on the board started attacking him. Not just saying no, but attacking him. He came home, entered his room, got on his knees, and told God, God, thank you for you have humiliated me. Thank you for you have humiliated me. Where are the humble hearts that in the midst of rejection, in the midst of humiliation, can only get more humble, can only become more submissive? أبونا شنودة الله ينيح نفسه لما كده كان عيان في المستشفى، واحد جه قال له أبونا كده ما تصلي عشان ربنا يشفيك، تصلي الناس كتيرة. قال له حبيبي ده حق ربنا، جسدي ده حقه، يعمل اللي هو عايز يعمله. يعمل اللي هو عايز عايز يعمله. احنا حبايب الفترة this period كده الواحد فينا فعلا محتاج re-evaluate his life. Re-evaluate his life. We're sick of thinking that we are putting effort to be humble. Why do I need to put effort to be humble? As if like I'm in a high place and I have to force myself to be where I am. Why? Why? فاكر مرة I might have told you some of the story. فاكر مرة كده واحنا في كينيا we were walking by and then one of the kids and that was with us long time ago يعني for priest. One of the kids that were with us he was walking in mud, so his feet and his ship had mud on them. The first house we walked to, trust me, the first house we walked to, the lady had water she was going to wash her clothes in. For the guy spoke to her in Swahili. Showed him no problem. She took the kid's feet, she washed it. She took the ship, she washed it with her water that she carried all the way. She got no money from us. She got no gifts from us, before or after. And she felt as if she has done nothing. Then if I was doing what she was doing, I would have liked people to take a couple of pictures of me and put them on Facebook and social media and see how humble Abuna is, right? Problem is that when we close our doors, we cannot stand to sit with God alone. We cannot stand to be humble in front of God. We can't. Our Lord Jesus Christ said in the Old Testament, He said, unless you humble yourself, I will not lift the plagues that I bring upon you. Unless you humble yourself. I'll tell you guys something, people maybe that came with me to Kenya last time remember this. We go to homes and we ask people to ask us for prayers. What do you want us to pray for? And we take it lightly. Oh, okay, write their names down, we take home. Some people pray, some people don't pray. Last time, Mbabulis told me there was a guy where I don't know which group, but there's a group that went to his house, and he spent 14 years not seeing his family. 14 years. He doesn't know where they are. And he asked some of the group to pray for him, and he had faith that their prayer will bring his family back. Next morning, his family came back. After 14 years. He could not believe it. He ran to Sayyidina and told him, your group prayed for me and my family came back. فين الفيث ده? What is that faith? How many of us, when we ask people to pray, do we truly believe that it will do something? And in fact, one of the things that affected me a lot, one of the fathers said, when God tried to quantify the amount of faith you need to move mountain, He made it so small. He made it so small. حتى المustard seed faith we don't have. حتى المustard seed faith we don't have. نقف كده قدام ربنا اليومين دول، نرفع قلبنا لربنا نقول له يا رب كده علمني ازاي اجاهد في الصلاة زي الست الكنعانية. علمنا ازاي يا رب وانت ساكت ما بتردش عليا اصلي، وانت يا رب التلاميذ بتوعك بيقولوا لي اقعد ساكت ما تتكلمش اصلي، وانت يا رب باين اللي انت بترفضني وتقول انا مش جاي عشانك انت اصلي، حتى يا رب لما تزل اتضع اكتر واصلي. علمنا رب كده ازاي نجاهد في حياتنا الروحية معاك. علمنا يا رب كده فعلا ازاي نجاهد في حياتنا الروحية معاك. العمر بيعدي بسرعة. Time flies by quickly. Our life is like a vapor. Appears and disappears. This church has been around for 60 years. Many people have sat in these pews. Many doctors, many engineers, everything. All gone with the wind. All gone with the wind. And we probably barely remember them. And people after us will barely remember us. Let us كده, in this special time, let us كده lift up our heart to God. Let us ask God كده in this time to teach us how to truly be humble. Not to force ourselves to be humble, because we don't really should not be forcing ourselves to be humble. Just to know where we are, who we are, that's all what we need to do in order for us to stand before God. May God كده strengthen us and pass these days كده in peace. Just want to let you guys know that tomorrow, God willing, is the feast of Abuna B'Shoy Kamil. But tomorrow, the liturgy in the church will be cancelled, and His Grace Bishop David will send كده an announcement on what are the next steps we will do in this time. May God be with the church during this time, and may كده God strengthen us and not leave us and not forsake us, and allow this time to be كده spiritually beneficial to all of us. And I encourage all of us in this time to truly offer repentance and to contact our Father of Confessions and to repent, so we can start catching the rest of our life كده in purity and in godliness, and glory be to God.